Well, everybody, just when we thought that we were going to run out of Walking Dead content after this year, it has officially been announced that Maggie and Negan are getting their own official spinoff titled Isle of the Dead, and it will be set in New York City, the Big Apple itself. This news came out of nowhere just a few days ago, and I remember my first initial reaction, I wish I got it on recording, was what the hell? Like, I actually did not think it was real at first, and I saw the real poster, and I'll have it on the screen here for you guys now, and I was just absolutely shocked to see that we were going to be getting this. So in this video, we're going to be diving into this IGN article here as they describe everything that we're going to see in this series, everything that Negan and Maggie are going to be doing, exactly what the tone of the series is going to be, and what we have to expect here. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like on it and also subscribe for more Walking Dead Universe content. So the article states, another new Walking Dead spinoff is in the works at AMC, this one set in New York City. Set to debut next year, it will follow original series stalwarts, I don't know what that word is, Negan and Maggie as they battle zombies in the Big Apple. Titled Isle of the Dead, the new series will envision Manhattan long ago cut off from the mainland that is filled with the living and dead alike. The first season will consist of 6 episodes to be released on AMC and AMC+. Now, I actually think that all the bridges that go into Manhattan were all blown up when the apocalypse happened. I think maybe the military blew up the bridges, maybe to contain the virus inside of the city. And as you can see with the poster, it almost looks like there's gates going into the city. And I don't know what exactly they're trying to show us here, or maybe this is just supposed to be like one of the tunnels, because it does say a Lincoln Tunnel, and I also think that might mean something else, and I'll talk about that in a second. I think there's a lot more going on in this city, and there has to be a reason why Maggie and Negan decide to go here. They don't just go explore these super dangerous places for no reason, and it really does beg the question about what exactly is going to happen to them in the rest of Season 11 to make them decide to do this. What big thing makes them uproot their entire lives, and for Maggie to possibly leave Herschel behind at the Commonwealth, and for her to go to Manhattan with Negan out of anybody that she could go with, or Negan decides to go and brings Maggie out of anybody he could go with. And it's just really weird that they decided to do this with these two characters, but that's what I like about it. It makes it very interesting, and I honestly can't wait to see what they're going to do with Negan and Maggie in this series. And it just makes me more excited for the rest of the season here on The Walking Dead as well. But going forward here, series stars Lauren Cohan and Jeffrey D. Morgan will reprise their roles as Maggie and Negan, while series writer and co-executive producer Eli Jorn, I don't actually know if I'm saying that right, will serve as the showrunner. As part of the announcement, AMC released a teaser poster. As you see here, it shows the ominous door saying, "Don't open, dead inside." And I don't know if this article doesn't realize that that's the door from the first Walking Dead episode, because it just says an ominous door. I think everybody, if you're a Walking Dead fan, knows that that's a reference to the first episode with Rick when he saw that inside of the hospital. Now that brings me to my next point here, which is all the Rick references in the poster. You see Lincoln Tunnel, and obviously I do think that is a real thing in New York, but Lincoln, Andrew Lincoln, am I going a little too far here to think that? Don't open, dead inside, something that Rick saw in Season 1. 2 things so far that reference Rick. And the third thing isn't actually a direct reference here on the poster. There has to be some type of CRM activity going on here in New York for Maggie and Negan to be going here. Is this because they know Rick is alive, or are they just investigating the CRM because it relates to what's happening at the Commonwealth? That's the big question, because that could change a lot of their reasoning for going, depending on if they know Rick or possibly Michonne is there or not. And that could be the whole 6-episode story that we get for the first season, because I'm sure this will go multiple seasons, is that they're trying to maybe find Michonne. I think that would be an even more interesting place to start, because Michonne actually left to go find Rick almost 2 years ago now in real world time, and I don't know how long inside of the show, but no one's mentioned her really at all besides Judith. No one's asked any questions. Thought, gee, she's kind of been gone for a little while now. She should have been back. Like, what could she possibly be doing out there? And maybe this is why Maggie and Negan decide to go out. But there's also the Daryl and Carol spinoff, which is still untitled, which does make me think that it's probably coming after this show comes out. Are they going to find Rick or Michonne? What are they deciding to do? Because this is now 4 of basically the main characters of The Walking Dead going their separate ways on their own separate shows to different parts of the country. For what reason? And I will do multiple videos on this, because it's actually a very interesting subject to talk about, and I can't wait to get into more of it with you guys. But we're going to go forward here. I'm delighted that Negan and Maggie's journey continues, Morgan said in a statement. It's been such a ride walking in Negan's shoes. I'm beyond excited to continue his journey in New York City with Lauren. Walkers in an urban setting has always been such a cool image, but Fifth Avenue, Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty, the greatest city in the world, the backdrop is amazing, but it's the story that Eli Jorn cooked up for us that is even better. Buckle up, folks. Isle of the Dead is going to reinvent the Walking Dead universe. Huge thank you to Dan McDermott, Scott Gimple, and AMC for having us back. So, it's going to reinvent the universe, and we've heard that a few times now with these different shows. The Daryl and Carol spinoff is supposed to be a completely different, vibe, I guess you could say, than The Walking Dead, and clearly this is going to be as well, but I think this might be a little bit closer to what we're used to seeing in terms of maybe a more ominous feeling on the show, while maybe the Daryl and Carol spinoff will maybe go for more of a lighthearted tone. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what they decide to do with that. But overall, there's a lot of questions more than answers that we have here. I don't know what exactly is going to happen in this series. We're going to have to wait and see what happens for the rest of Season 11. There's been a little bit of backlash from the fandom because it does confirm that both Maggie and Negan survived the rest of the season, but I think that was kind of a given anyway, so I don't think we have anything that was really spoiled in my opinion. For anyone who is upset about it, I'm sorry. But at least we have this to look forward to. I mean, you can't let it ruin your entire Walking Dead experience because there's still a lot of story to look forward to. Something could happen to them in this spinoff. It doesn't have to be in Season 11. But yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this whole video. If you got this far, I do appreciate it. And if you did, please be sure to subscribe, like I said, for more Walking Dead content. We're going to be going over everything that has to do with this spinoff, and I will be covering the rest of Season 11. I have missed a few episodes. I've been a little MIA for a few months now, but I'm back on the channel, and thank you guys for sticking with me. If you have been here, I thank you so much for staying subscribed. With that being said, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Take care.